Welcome to RC Fun Time. Here's your host, Sean Janum.
Hey everybody, how are you doing? Slid out of camera, but doesn't matter. My guest here is the one that we're looking at and talking with. Sir, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Jake Wiggs from Sloan, Iowa. 17 years old, and I've been racing for, I think this is my 11th year.
11th year, so since about 6 years old?
Yep.
What was your first car?
Honestly, I think it's a team associated horse truck.
That's it for practice today, guys.
Okay.
All of these guys are so incredibly close.
Our microphones aren't working.
That's going to do it for practice today. Tomorrow,
Hey, we got sound now. All right. So, possibly an RC10 was your first one back at 6 years old.
Yep.
What got you into the RC?
So back when he was like 18, he used to do a lot with RC, and then he got out of it. And back when he was 18, he opened up a little store. I think it was called Outback Hobbies.
Okay.
Down in this little area, and then when I turned 6, he kind of like started getting me into it, and then he opened up his own business called Bad Fast Hobbies now.
Okay.
Down in Sloan, Iowa, just a small little store. And then, yeah, we went from there. I was terrible. I was a novice. I was a novice for a while, and I finally won the summer series down in Omaha, Nebraska.
Okay.
And
that's a pretty impressive one to win.
Yep. So then they had a rule where if you win the summer series, you can't run novice anymore. So then back then there was no independent. So I went straight for like the expert classes.
Oh wow.
So I was like, there was like 40 cars. I was number 38. And then I decided to just work for it. And then they came out with independent. So then we ran both expert and independent. So now he owns a store in Sioux City, about 20 miles away, and he actually has his own track, store, and everything. So.
Fantastic. So you won that, and that moved you up into that. What was the hardest thing? I mean, from going there to your next step, what would you consider your hardest thing that you had to deal with?
Probably not giving up, because I wasn't very good, and I'm racing with all these fast guys who've been doing it forever, and I'm 38 out of 40, and that's not really fun. But I don't know. I guess that was probably the hardest. Just keep trying.
Keep you motivated to stay in it, to continue on. Yep. But it also made you stronger at the same time.
Yep.
So I work for it. That's a good thing. I just totally went blank. This is where my partner would step in. During your time that you've been racing, have you had a most memorable moment?
Ooh, I don't know. There's a lot of them.
Okay. Top 3.
Well, it was actually probably one of the top was winning the summer series.
Okay.
Because that finally showed that I was getting places. I was actually starting to show improvement and get better. And then probably about 3 years ago when I came to my first INS race, back when it was in Minnesota.
Okay.
The same race, but when it was in Minnesota. I finished second in Stadium Truck. So right behind Kyle Holmbrook. He's really fast.
What?
So. And then actually last year, I got second. I actually got second 3 times. So I got second in Stadium Truck again, second in 4-wheel drive,
Okay.
and second in Soft Buggy. So that was a pretty cool achievement. Even though I wanted to win, getting second is pretty impressive.
Being on the podium, heck yeah.
Yeah.
What are you racing this weekend?
I usually run 4 classes. I usually run 4-wheel drive, 17.5 two-wheel drive buggy, and the 4-wheel drive is 13.5, and then 13.5 stadium truck, and mod two-wheel drive buggy.
Okay.
But I'm not running mod this weekend. I'm
Okay.
focusing on my other classes because there's so many pros here that it just doesn't really make sense to run mod because I know I'm nowhere near them.
Okay.
And 4 classes is a lot, so.
Yeah, that is a lot. Trying to get them, especially if something happens by chance, unfortunately.
Yep.
I know that oh so well. Trying to get things fixed before your next class. It takes a toll on the driver, and ultimately it takes everything out of, or it doesn't take everything out. It takes its toll on other classes.
Yeah, you don't have a break. You're just constantly going and going.
Yeah. Is this your first time to Island?
No. I've been here a couple times. I was actually here last year for the INS.
Okay.
Then I came to their carpet champs, and then one other race. I've been here, I don't know, like 5 times.
What do you think of the facility?
It's a great facility. They definitely put a lot of work into it. It's the track. It's just great. I'd rank it for one of the top tracks I go to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be great and thankful to hear that.
Yeah, it's definitely. And owning our own track, like it's hard to keep the doors open and stuff. So they've done a great job doing that. And yeah.
They have definitely taken and made a very nice facility. That is for sure. Looks like you're doing really well.
Yes.
You just got done racing in race 38.
Yep.
You actually were holding the top spot for quite a while.
Yep.
Bumped down a little bit, but still in a great position.
Oh yeah.
You're sitting in number 3.
Number 3 or 4, I can't
I
remember.
believe you're number 3 right now.
Yep.
With one more practice to go.
Yep.
Then tomorrow you guys will do the practice and then go into seeding.
Yep.
Anything that you need to feel like you need to do to get ready for that?
Just stay focused. I got to come out of the gate faster. And I've noticed, especially in two-wheel drive, I've been one of the ones that haven't really crashed a lot.
Okay.
I can run clean, fast runs, so that'll definitely help me. But I just gotta stay that way and just, I don't know, stay focused, I guess. And make sure all my cars are good, screws aren't loose, and yeah.
Very important.
Yeah.
I've seen too many things. Well, we had 2 tires fall off just the last 3 races.
Yep, you gotta after every run, doesn't matter if it's practice, you gotta check screws, check your tires, just make sure everything's good to go. And luckily I got my dad for that. I'm basically, when we come to these races, I'm basically just the racer. He loves the wrench on the cars. As soon as I'm done, I get done marshalling, the tires are already off. He's blowing the cars off, checking screws, so it makes it nice for me. And yeah, so just a 2-man team, I guess.
Good.
Yeah.
We talked about the facility. What is your thoughts on the track? How does this track compare to most of the tracks that Island has put out in the past?
So usually you see a lot more speed on Island's tracks.
Okay.
So like this track is definitely a lot technical compared to in the past. So like when we were here for INS, there wasn't really a lot of technical. There was like one big jump. In this track, there's a lot going on. I like when there's a lot going on. I don't know, it definitely shows that part in you getting through all those. And with my dad's store, it's smaller. It's about half the size of theirs.
Okay.
So we're constantly swerving in and out. So this track is definitely more my style than lots of straightaways and not much jumps and stuff. So.
Gotcha. It definitely looks like it's a fun course.
Definitely fun,
A lot of like you said, turns and that the S turns inside. just a minimal amount of S, but it really can mess with you.
Yeah, it can definitely get you at times. You got to aim it right.
I've seen a couple people hit those discs and go flying across the entire.
Luckily, I haven't had too much trouble on that area.
Yeah, you look pretty smooth going through those.
My X-ray cars, they weave in and out perfect. I can go full speed. Doesn't matter if I get sideways; they're still staying stable. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
Your favorite part of the trail?
Favorite? I don't know. It's all pretty good. I don't really got a favorite.
Do you have a least favorite?
Probably my least favorite is the little tabletop thing coming up here. You jump up on it.
The up, what they call that? Step up and step down.
Yep, step up, step down. That
Those
can get you.
Those it's a double turn on a flat top double step.
Yep. And then there's a board, and you want to try to shoot it straight. And sometimes that board jumps out. And you hit it.
It grabs you and pulls you in.
Yep.
So yes. What are your plans for the future?
Just continue improving. Do the best I can. Keep coming to these races. Try to get to some more races, like some more naps. And I want to make some more of these INSs. In the past, I've only made this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think in Omaha, I'm going to make the dirt one.
Okay.
But like next year, hoping to make some more. Wherever they go, I just want to travel some more because
it's fun.
It's fun, and I've definitely improved from last year. And I just want to see how I do. I know I'm fast, so I want to travel and just see what I'm.
Thanks for everybody today for making the program run nice and smooth.
Awesome.
We'll see you tomorrow.
You're given one
practice seating qualifying
one thing that you can tell an upcoming driver or
at 7.
as a tip. What would that be?
Laps.
Laps. You know
Yes.
what? That's probably the third or fourth time you've heard that.
It's all about laps. You could switch cars and go to this car and that, but at that level, it's all about laps. You just got to keep practicing, and it's just laps. That's basically. Don't give up either. You're gonna not do very good at the beginning, but it's just like a school sport. When you start elementary, you're not very good. The more years you go, the better you are. That's the same thing with RC. You just got to run laps.
Very good advice.
Yeah.
Very good advice. We've come to the end of the night. Are you going to take your stuff home? Do you leave it here, or take it back to the hotel? You leave it here. Do you wrench on it at home? Do you wrench on it before you leave?
We usually get all our wrenching done before we leave. Like whatever tires we're running next day, we put those on, get ready to go, and then we take the cars to the hotel. I trust people.
Right.
They could come do
Absolutely.
mess with some stuff and just change the setup a little bit.
And that's all it takes.
Yeah, something you don't notice, and I don't know. I trust it more at the hotel by me while I'm sleeping.
You sleep with your car.
Nah,
I've seen two
crazy.
people that have fallen asleep holding their car. I got pictures of one.
Definitely gets tiring out here. I was out here.
People don't understand that
Yeah.
this is a long day, and it's
Yeah.
it's very tiring.
I was up at 6:45. Got here about 7:30, and I don't even know what time it is now.
Just after 7, I think.
7 o'clock. Yeah, we've been here for
7:09.
Yep. And then tomorrow's gonna be the same way, if not longer.
Yep.
Saturday. It's gonna be the same way. I think Saturday's gonna be a little shorter since there's only 2 calls, but Sunday's gonna be. And then we gotta drive 5 hours home.
Yes.
And then when we get home that Monday, you just gotta sleep.
Take as much as you can.
Yeah.
So once you get home, what do you do with the cars? Do they go on a shelf until the next race? Do you tear them apart right then and there? Do you leave? If you tear them apart, do you leave them apart, or do you instantly put them back together?
Usually when I get home, they go on the shelf, and they probably sit there for at least a couple of days.
Okay.
And then just see if I'm going to be racing soon. You know, if it's a big race like this, so I'll definitely rebuild a couple things. And then like just say it's just a club race. You know, I'll just leave the shocks and stuff and just take it there and just have fun.
Okay.
It just depends what my schedule is basically. Like after this race, they're probably going on the show for a while because it's summertime. Carpet season's pretty much. There's not a lot of carpet in the summer.
Right.
So usually this race is actually in the wintertime in October. So this is the first time I've been here in summertime.
Summertime.
So usually.
And you're here at well, you're familiar with the weather. I mean, you're here at a decent time too.
Yeah. Yep. So I'll be home. I'll be out enjoying the weather, mowing the farm, and try to get my dirt car going because I recently got picked up by X-Ray.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I switched from that. So I got a dirt car built, but then I got with X-Ray, so now I have to build another car that's X-Ray.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just see if we can get back to dirt.
You ever do any other genres of RC?
No.
Oval,
Oh, actually,
asphalt?
basically 10 scale, but once a year, I go to this big slick track nationals down in Topeka, Kansas.
Okay.
The A mods actually pay $1,000 to win.
Oh.
Last year, first year I went, I ran B mod. They paid $400. First time it's slick and it's polished concrete.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta have throttle control. I mean, you're constantly spinning out. Like I was not very good. So I actually ended up winning that $400 in B mod. First time on this lift. And it's definitely a different ball game compared to this. I mean, you're gripped up on this off road. I mean, you can get out of the groove and you're fine. Oval, there's no groove. You're just constantly sliding. Even on the straightaway, you're coming sideways. So, and then I actually raced that again this year in A-Mod. Unfortunately, I missed the show by one spot.
Oh, man.
I definitely had a car but there's this one driver. He probably hit me. He spun me out about 3 times. And I don't know. I guess
So look into that.
maybe oval is a little different. They race different because in off road, I mean, you get called out.
Oh, yeah.
And they have to let you go.
For the most part, they try not to. And some places will call you out. Some places just kind of. It all depends on where you're racing.
This one, like, I was getting ran over, and it is what it is. So.
All right. I asked 3 questions. My partner started this to learn more about you outside of RC. We want to show everybody that, hey, we got more than just RC. We're real people. There's a little bit about me. So I got 3 questions, kind of on the hot seat.
Okay.
First one. Which of the 2, but if you don't normally drink one of them, pick one and then tell me what you drink. Or what it is. Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
Fruits or vegetables? Fruits. Way to go. What's another good one here? I'm going to go back to my favorite one, steak or chicken.
Steak.
That is it.
Steak.
All right. Not really anything related to RC, but it's kind of a fun little thing.
I know some guys in the big car, modifieds and stuff, no chicken on race day.
Yes.
They can't eat chicken on race day.
Yes.
Actually, my friend, when I went and helped him last year, he would not let me eat chicken on race day.
No chicken and no green on the car.
Yes, no green. I believe in the green's bad luck, actually. I don't believe in the chicken. I ate chicken today.
Talking about color, what color is that car that you had the last one? What would you call that?
Orange, yellow, and black.
Orange?
Oh,
It looked like orange sickle.
I forget. I forgot I have a different scheme. So I recently just painted up just a makeshift scheme that I did myself. I just did white and then orange and yellow splatter.
Okay.
And the yellow actually turned out like mustard color.
See, I looked at it, and when I first saw it, I thought it looked like a peach.
Yeah.
But then when you got close, it looks like an orange dreamsicle
Yeah,
or creamsicle.
I haven't heard that one yet. I did see it.
It looks a lot like an orange creamsicle.
I can see it. Yeah.
Looks really cool. I like it. I
Thank
like
you.
it a lot. So,
Yeah.
end of the night, you ready to go home?
Yeah, I'm tired.
All right, sir. I thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
I think you got it in you. I really do.
Yeah.
Watching your racing,
Definitely
like you said,
improved.
consistency. So
I'm actually very proud of myself. I was hoping to come here, at least make the show and run top 5. But right now, I'm on pace to I could win it, and possibly for sure top 3.
I agree.
Last practice round, I came out number 1 in 2-wheel. So definitely with these new cars, I'm a whole lot better. So
Fantastic. Again, I thank you for your time.
Yep.
It's been a pleasure to have you on. Good luck.
thank you.
Peace. God bless everybody. We'll see you again. Next race will be Saturday out from Mountain Lake. James and I will be out there doing